You you know, I have a theory about Britain and its history. I think that one of the reasons why Britain and especially Scotland um, have a history of science and creativity and invention and things like architectural design. One of the reasons that this is so popular and prominent here is because people have to spend a lot of time inside
Mm.
and they have to find something to do with their time
Mm.
inside because you can't go outside a lot of the time.
Mm.
So,
It's possible.
yeah, I have the theory about the television and video games. One of the reasons why people watch a lot of TV in this part of the world or play a lot of video games is they can't go outside.
Hmm.
You just can't go outside a lot of the time. It's not like the weather in Slovakia or um, it's not like California or Miami or something like that. So uh, I think, and if you look back through history at inventions, I think like per person per size of country, Scotland has more inventions than any other country in the world. Um, if you look back, everything television was a Scottish invention. John Logie Baird was a Scottish
Mm.
scientist. Um, let's see, penicillin. Alexander Fleming was a Scottish doctor. Um,
Hmm.
do 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 do. Uh, Macadam tarmac road surfaces. That was a Scottish invention. Kirkpatrick Macmillan, the bicycle. That was a Scottish invention. Um, a lot of civil engineering and design projects were Scottish. Modern canals was a Scottish invention for traveling for boats. Um, uh, flintlock pistol guns was a Scottish invention. Um, a lot of genetic engineering at Edinburgh University, etc. There's a list. If you go to Wikipedia and you type in Scottish inventions, you get like thousands,
Everything
thousands.
comes from Scotland.
Uh, a lot of it does. Freedom was very much a Scottish invention. I'm not joking. The Declaration of Arbroath, written by the Scottish King Robert the Bruce, was one of the first documents of freedom written in the world. Um,
Hmm.
that was the basis for the Charters of Freedom, which was the basis for the American Declaration of Independence. Of course, they were all based on biblical writings originally, but
Hmm.
the American Declaration of Independence was predominantly written by Scottish priests. So, a little bit of history there. National parks was a Scottish invention. Um, John Muir, who was a Scotsman, went to America and founded the American National Parks.
Oh.
Uh, it's a very interesting history. Andrew Carnegie, the founder of the modern business and foundations, he was Scottish. He was also the richest man in the world um, at at around 1900s, about 100 years ago, a little bit more than 100 years ago. Um, Scotland has influence.
Mm.
Scotland has influence. Uh, and that's just what I can remember. That's just what I can remember. If I
It's
Wikipedia,
a lot.
well, yeah, if I Wikipedia Scottish inventions and discoveries, uh, do. Industrial Revolution, also the first, like the first computers. Scots were involved in designing the first computers and computer system. Insulin was Alexander Fleming. James Watt, the steam engine. The steam engine was a Scottish invention. So there would be no trains. There would be no trains. What do you the tire, the pneumatic tire? That was John Dunlop. The tire for cars was a Scottish invention.
Uh-huh.
Um, Steel, architectural wheels, canal design, cranes, the first subways. New York subway was a Scottish invention, apparently a Scottish designer. Aircraft design in the early 1900s, Frank Barnwell. Thermodynamic cycles, gas coal lighting, uh, wave-powered electric generators. Europe's first passenger steamboat, Europe's first iron-hulled steamship, Europe's the first practical propellers for ships, etc., etc., etc. Military intelligence, Alan Pinkerton, surveillance and military intelligence, steam hammers, wire ropes, different types of bridges, modern agriculture, drainage, the Scottish plough, combine harvesters, the telephone, Alexander Graham Bell, the telephone, Scottish invention.
Mm.
Printing, the postage stamp, a universal standard time. Time was a Scottish invention. Signaling between ships, radio principles, James Clerk Maxwell, teleprinter, the BBC was a Scottish invention apparently, according to this.
Oh, it's a lot of
Radar, Robert Watson Watt, radar, personal identification number systems, Encyclopedia Britannica, the first book on surgery, the first book on pharmacy, the first National Portrait Gallery, Sherlock Holmes, Peter Pan, Long John Silver, Jekyll and Hyde, James Bond were all Scottish inventions of Scottish writers. J.K. Rowling was founded by or funded by the Scottish government and produced her works living in Edinburgh, in Scotland. Dun, dun, dun. Modern economics, Adam Smith. Scottish, modern sociology, hypnotism, tropical medicine, geology, electromagnetism. I'll stop there. I just go on and on and on. That's like 10% of the list. It's a huge list. So, and my theory is that it all happened because the weather was bad.
It's possible, yes.
Yeah, because if the weather is good, you go outside and you do nothing, right? That's what happens. If the weather, you go outside and you lie in the sun, and you get a suntan. That's what people do. If the weather is good. If the weather is bad, you have to do something different.